Hey, Facebookers and Parental CEO family. Just want to say I really appreciate everyone in the group and everyone that's contributing in the group and everyone that's not contributing in the group. I hope you're getting some value of being part of this community. I'm going to keep providing as much value as I can to try and help you free yourself from your business and ultimately become the CEO. And that's what this is all about. Thank you for joining me today live in Facebook, and we're also going live in YouTube. I really enjoy these live sessions, so I try to make them as interactive as possible. So ask any questions whilst you're in the live. This one today is a bit more technical, so we've gone a bit more advanced from last week. So last week we were talking about how expensive was that bottle of water, and I think some of you were really surprised at how much money that bottle of water actually was. And it's a Modigliani, and I think it was £43,000 from memory. I think it's about $60,000. So depending on the exchange rate, which was absolutely bonkers. But the reason why I shared that with you last week was hopefully to inspire you to actually think, well, actually my service is providing a damn sight more value than a bottle of water. I can therefore be inspired to actually charge more money. And that's ultimately one of the leading things that can make the biggest impact on your profit, because if you can get your pricing right, then you will become more profitable. If you become more profitable, you can pay more staff, you can start to deliver even better services to your clients by actually charging more. So it seems counterintuitive, and I know a lot of clients might not be able to afford those higher prices, but it's about looking at your business as a vehicle for yourself and actually making sure that that is the right business vehicle. But that's another lesson I'd like to share with you. Today, I'll be sharing how to start pricing your services so they are highly profitable using the very simple IOU method. This is free event. I'm not asking for email addresses. The cost of an email address is so expensive nowadays. But again, I'm here to serve. So ask any questions. If you're in the Facebook Live, just say hi down below. If you're watching the replay, put replay down below. I will be watching out for any comments and be replying to any of those questions. If you have any questions following on from this live video, just DM me. I reply to everyone as myself. I don't have a VA interacting as me. It is me who will be replying to you, and I'm more than happy to help you in any way I can. This is my mission, to help parents worldwide to become the CEO in their business, to find that freedom for their business as a vehicle to wealth generation. So I'm really excited to be sharing with you today. Let's go for it. Sorry, I just clicked the wrong button. So picture of me. I don't know why I've got a picture of me on the front there, but this is typically how I start my slides. This is a free event, how to start pricing your services so they're highly profitable. As I said last week, this is my mission. I love my wife dearly. I love my children. It's been a massive impact on my life having children, and it's also awoken myself into the struggles we have as parents, and this is the whole reason why I set up the Parental CEO group, because I could see that there was no mentors really covering this. There was no mentors really talking about the struggles as being a parent, being a mum or a dad, or a mum and a dad, and trying to maintain a strong relationship as parents, whilst also being a fantastic parent to your children. I found myself working more and more hours trying to create a business that I thought was going to give me and my family what we wanted. But ultimately, I discovered very quickly that bricks and mortar business was not what I wanted to do. And that's why I've set on this mission. And COVID has been a massive kind of slap in the face for everyone. And for me, it's been a massive slap in the face to actually say, Jamie, you've got such a big heart. You want to help so many people, but who is it that you really want to help? And like I say, ultimately, I've done the soul searching, and I know categorically, and I'm so passionate about it, helping other parents to free themselves from their business shackles and spend more time with their family, to have epic moments. There's a frozen waterfall there when we went to Sweden. That was actually the birth of Jackson. I've got some updated pictures as well of the birth of Alara. And Alara Mays joined us 7 weeks ago. Was it 8 weeks now? Jesus, just time is flying at the moment because we're having some fantastic weather and we're just enjoying it as a family. So that's my mission. That's why I'm creating this content, to see if I can help you in any way, shape or form. So the purpose is committed to changing the lives of parentpreneurs and their families. And how am I going to do that? By teaching you ultimately how to free yourself from your business. It's something I did with my accounting practice. I practically made myself redundant. But I want to inspire you that is possible. That is possible to free yourself from your business. And one of the first things I got right was my pricing. And that's what I'm about to share with you today. And if you can get your pricing right, that will ultimately help you become the CEO of your business, and ultimately become actually the parental CEO. So I was going to give you a brief history about myself, but nobody needs to know that. That's not important. It's not about me. This is all about you and serving you with the best way I can. You can see there, I started as 2002 as an apprentice. I've become a chartered accountant. I was born, so in 2014, the birth of the entrepreneur. I sold my 6-figure award-winning accountancy practice in 2018, and I've spent since then life and business and financial mastery, and it's been an epic journey, and I'm so happy to be on it, and I'm so happy to be sharing with you today some of the knowledge and insights that I've had. So who am I? Well, I'm somebody that cares. I actually, I know what it's like to be a parent. I know what the struggles are like. My wife and I had a bit of a tiff last night, and I'm so thankful that we talk through our problems and we give ourselves space to be able to have a look at the situation, because I was getting overwhelmed again with all the information. I'm wanting to be here and serve you guys so that you can spend more time with your family, but ultimately I was sacrificing time with my own family, which was getting me a little bit stressed. But it gave me time away to actually realize that I was being a bit grumpy. I'd got a bit sunburnt, to be honest with you, but it was great, and that's why I'm here, is because I care and I want to give you the best I can and help you in any way I can. So my background, I'm a qualified speaker, qualified marketer, qualified accountant, qualified pricing consultant. I'm an author, international best-selling author, and Amazon best-selling author, entrepreneur. I've bought and sold businesses as well since 2014. I've grown that to 6-figure businesses. My true passion is online, because that's where ultimately we find our freedom. But there's so many things bricks and mortar businesses can also do online, but they're probably not aware of what they can do. I'm an investor, so I was an early investor with tech startups and blockchain. Made some good money, lost some money, made some silly financial decisions earlier this year, but I'll share that on a different story. I'm an innovator, and I just love being creative. And I'm a giver. So I don't know this. I've said this is going to be a 45-minute presentation, but it's not. It's not going to be 45 minutes. It's going to be 45 minutes in its entirety. I'm already 9 minutes in. I need to learn to talk less, but hopefully you do get a huge amount of value for this. So how to price your services. Now I'm tailoring this specifically for services, but you could in many respects take this into a product-based business as well, an e-commerce business. But e-commerce businesses, it's more about scalability, but this will also give you scalability with services. So let's focus on services and the IOU process. We're going to get quite technical here. So if I'm losing you at all, just let me know in the comments. Just say, Jamie, you've lost me. And if I have lost you at that point, then I'll know where it is within the presentation, and I'll try and change that for next time I deliver this presentation. But ultimately, where we look at our business, we have the price of what we charge. Let's say that's £100. Then we have the cost of delivery, which could be £50. And then we have our profit. And accountants will call that gross profit. But let's not overcomplicate things with jargon. Let's just say we've got £100 less £50. So we've got £50 left in our pocket. It's very, very simple, but let's show you that actually, if we go back to basics, one of the things that we're not really thinking about is our time. So why are we not taking into consideration our time working in our business? Why are we not charging for our time working in and on our business? Because the big corporates are doing that. You know, they've got a charging mechanism in place for making sure that they can pay the best leaders in the world to lead their organizations. And that should be no different for your small business. It should be no different. So the IOU acronym translates to time in, time on, and time unavailable. And this is something as parents that is so valuable. Because when do you actually sit down and think, right, okay, when I'm quoting for a piece of work, this is going to be my time in delivering the service. This is my time working on my business, on my marketing to bring that business in, my sales, my quote process, my onboarding. Have you taken that into consideration? And then also, what about the time where you're unavailable? Where you're not available to work, where you're having that time with your family? You know, you've got to take that into consideration as well, because if you're not, how are you going to have time off? How are you going to become the CEO in your business if you are not pricing and taking those things into consideration? The answer is you're not. You're just going to be competing with everybody else, and losing and losing time with your family ultimately, which we don't want. So let's start with the beginner mindset. So you're doing the work. So if you've just started your business, if you're in social media marketing, if you're in marketing delivery, if you're sales funnel, copywriter, any service-based bookkeeper, accountant, any service-based business, typically the way it will work is you will have done that for an employer, and you will have had enough, and you think, no, I'm sick and tired of my employer charging £100, £150 an hour for my time and only paying me £10 or £15 an hour. It's just not right. I feel like I'm ripping clients off. So you then go and start your own business, and you start working in your business, and you start delivering your services, which in hindsight, like when I started my accounting practice, it seems like the perfect remedy, because I can go out and I can go and deliver the accounts. I can do that, and I can spend time in my business doing that. But what about my time for marketing? What about my time for maintenance? You know, covering the maintenance cost of the building. What about my time? Have I factored in the cost of the building? Have I factored in the light and heat? Have I factored in all those things? Have I factored in my time for doing all those things? Have I factored in the time for also being a parent, you know, that has to pick my child up from school? Okay, we are looking at unschooling, but that's a different conversation. But the point is that we're always being dictated by our time, and we only have 24 hours in a day. We have the same amount of time as Richard Branson, as Elon Musk. We have the time as everyone else. So when you say you don't have time for these things, the reason you probably don't have time for these things is because you haven't factored it into your price. So if you're doing in the work, that is your time in the business. So that's very, very beginner level stuff. Where we're moving on to more advanced level businesses is where you've actually taken into consideration with your pricing time on your business. So you're giving yourself that allocated time to work on your business. I'm going to go through the numbers in a bit more detail, so to give you to access your logical brain so you can see how this will work. But you working on your business, so you doing the marketing, the sales, you know, if you were to, and the reason why you have to do this categorically, because if you don't, you're never going to become the CEO of your business. Because if you're charging £1,000 for something, and that's only taking your time in the job doing it, then all you can pay is for somebody else to work in the business. Then who's going to pay for you to work on the business? you're just going to be dipping into your profit margins, and that's not what we want you to do. And that's going to put you in a stalemate, and then you'll end up with a business you don't enjoy. You'll end up working too many hours, and that's not what we want. So this is why this is more of an advanced level pricing technique. You've got to take it into consideration, time working on your business, time to improve processes. And I'm not saying you have to do this. You have to do this work, as in you have to do the systems and processes. You have to do the financial accounting. You have to do the sales and marketing. You have to do the delivery. What I'm saying is you've got to factor these in. You have to categorically factor these in to your pricing mechanism. If you don't, you're always going to be onto a loser. I guarantee you. I've been there, I've done that, I've got the teacher. I've trained thousands of accountants and bookkeepers worldwide on this, and they've had amazing results. And this will work for any service-based business. It genuinely will. Then you've got to factor in your time unavailable. So what about your holiday? If you not factor in time for you to be unavailable and time for you to be on holiday, how are you going to get paid whilst you're on holiday? You're not. So let's take a very, very simplistic scenario that you get paid. You need to get paid £2,000 a month. So that will cover your mortgage, your savings, your food, your holidays, everything that you need. And I'm just keeping the math simple there. If you try and charge or have a pricing mechanism that gives you £2,000 a month, and then you decide to take a month off, let's say you take a month off. So I've done that recently and nothing impacted me at all. But the point is that I'd factored in time where I'd be unavailable in the business. And you have to categorically factor that in, because it's exactly the same with staff. So if you had freelance staff working in your business, doing the task for you or helping you doing the task, and then you had a manager in helping manage those tasks, and then you're the owner dictating the systems and processes or the direction of those systems and processes to make sure you're delivering an exceptional service. The only way you can do that is, again, factoring in time where they will be unavailable and factoring that into your pricing. So this is really expert level stuff. The amount of people that do not do this and factor in some form of holiday pay, to keep it simple, is amazing. And it amazes me that people don't do that, because the assumption is I'm an entrepreneur. I just have to keep working. I just have to keep hustling. I just keep having to struggle. No, you don't. All you need to do is find a pricing mechanism that works. I'm not covering today how you will sell that value. So I'm just showing you how to come up with that price. But then there's other techniques to really elevate the value of your services so that people will then accept those prices. Because you might be saying, BS, Jamie, like if I put my prices up to that, nobody will accept it. And now I call BS because they will accept it. You just need to show them how valuable your work is, that they're getting a team of people working on it, not just one person, that they're not going to be let down, that they're going to have a consistent service throughout, all of these things. Again, I don't want to go into that because I'll go off on a tangent. I could talk about that all day. Again, if you do have any questions, put in the comments, and I hope this is making sense. So time in, time on, and time unavailable. IOU. Time in, time on, and time unavailable. So what I'd like you to do is actually go and have a look at your last quote you did. And if you added labor into the cost of a website design, if you added labor into the cost of your accountancy service, if you added labor into the cost of your copywriting service, did you factor in time to work on your business and time to work, time where you're unavailable? And you might be saying to me, well, the client isn't interested in time, my time working on the business. No, the client isn't interested. We're not showing this to the client. What we're trying to do is work out a profitable price for you, to give you the life that you want. And by charging a higher price, you're going to be able to deliver a better service. Like, I mean, just ask yourself that question. If you charge more money, can you hire the best staff? So if you were the highest paid copywriter on the planet, could you hire the best researchers, the best psychologists, the best writers? Of course you can. So, you know, and that's the reason why is if you don't do this, then unfortunately you'll get into a competitive battle with everyone else on price. And once you're competing on price, there's only one winner, and that's the lowest price. And unfortunately, in the UK, US, Australia, we can't compete on price when it comes to people in the Philippines, where their economy means that they can get paid less and still live a fantastic life. We can't compete with them. You know, in San Francisco, the cost of living, I believe it's one of the highest cost of living areas in the world. You know, they can't afford to compete with everyone else. And because of the internet, we are competing with everyone else. So anyway, carry on. I'm sorry, I get so passionate about this subject because I know the impact that just this very simple method of pricing can have on your business immediately. And who cares if they don't accept the price? If they don't accept the price, you move on to the next customer. And that's where in lies a different mechanism that we go through in the Parental CEO program, which is the magnet, where we help you create a lead magnet. Well, it's a lead generation system and process where you've got leads coming in consistently. And when you've got leads coming in consistently and you've got money in your banks, that's another one of the modules, money. You've got cash in the bank, you can say no to work because you know that your bills are covered every single month. And when you can say no to work, that's when you've hit like God level. You know, that's well above expert level because you're able to turn away work and say, no, I don't need this work. And that's a fantastic place to be in. And the feeling what you get when you're there is just, it's epic. And it's not like a horrible thing to say, no, I don't want to do this work. It's, no, I'm sorry. This is my price. I'm not prepared to sacrifice time with my family and my business in order to take your work on. I'd love to work with you, but this is the price. And you stand very, very firm. You can deliver value at that price. If you go any lower, you can't deliver value. So let's have a look at the numbers. So this is where some of you may switch off, and I'm sorry, but I hope you take away some and make some notes on this. If we look at the numbers, if this was the result of what we were working out, if we started to work out our time in the business, we have 25 hours a week, and then we have time on the business, let's say 10 hours a week. And this is a very simple business. And then we're going to say, well, okay, we want 10 weeks a year off. You might be saying to me, Jamie, whatever, you're never going to have 10 weeks off a year. Yes, you can. I mean, I've had practically, I don't know, 25 weeks off in the last 12 months. You know, and have I been stressing about money? I'd be telling a lie if I said no. But that's only because I love delivering. I love being there. I love being a servant to helping my community, helping parents create that better business. So we look at this. We've got 10 hours, 25 hours, 10 hours, and we've got 10 weeks off. So hours worked equals 30 hours a week average. So basically how you do the maths is you take the 25, add the 10, multiply it by 42 weeks, which works out an average working week, 30 hours a week, and that's with 10 weeks holiday. So if you had staff, you would do exactly the same exercise. So you would say, well, okay, what time are they going to work in the business? What time are they going to work on the business? And how many weeks holiday are they going to have? That would be awesome to give your staff 10 weeks holiday a year. They would be like glue to you, to be honest, because I don't know anybody that would give up 10 weeks a year holiday, paid holiday at that, with their employer. That would be pretty amazing to be able to deliver that, wouldn't it? So we take the 35 hours, and hopefully I haven't lost you. If you have, just put in the comments. I'll send you a Loom video to hopefully try and ease the calculations here, because some of you will glaze over when it comes to numbers. And this is the reason why we categorically shouldn't be wearing all those different hats, because some things are better off outsourced with somebody who knows what they're doing. So we take the 35 hours, we multiply it by the number of weeks that we're actually going to work. So we've got 52 weeks in a year. We minus the 10 weeks that we're going to go on holiday, and this equals our total working hours. So this is the working hours that we are going to have in our business. Now, if we're a solopreneur and it's only us, this is the total number of hours that we are going to work, that's scheduled work, and we're going to squeeze that time and put pressure on that time later. But for now, let's keep it simple. 1,407, working hours. So now I want you to look at money. So there's two things. We've got time and money that we're investing in our business. So money in. So how much are you investing into your business? Are you retaining some of your profits? So if you made £2,000 profits every month, are you paying that all to yourself, so therefore taking everything out? Or are you reinvesting some of that? If you're investing money back into your business, obviously you need to know that. And that will help, again, ease these calculations. Then we've got money out. Well, actually, how much money do you want to take out of the business? How much money do you need to get paid? Your wages, so to speak. So again, what is that number? Again, I'm going to go into the numbers in a bit more detailed. And then you've got your money unavailable. So this is the money that you're setting aside. So you're not going to spend this money. This is going to go in a war chest. You're going to create a buffer, an investment fund, marketing, staff growth. This fund is not to be touched unless it is something that is categorically going to move the needle, if that makes sense. Now, you can set up different funds. You can set up an investment fund, a marketing fund, a staff fund, and a growth fund. I would well recommend that, but that's more advanced level. Let's just get you beginner level, putting money aside. So if you're making £2,000 profit every month and your monthly outgoings at home are £2,000 a month, it's going to be very, very difficult for you to build a war chest, which is why knowing this number, how much money you're going to leave unavailable, and I would recommend 10%. So 10% of everything that you price in, you're leaving that and putting that into a savings account for the business. Everything else is for what you're going to be investing into your business, and then money out, which is coming to you. And investing into your business could be with staff, could be with systems and processes, copywriters, whatever the services that you need, virtual assistants. I know we've got a few virtual assistants in the room. So let's have a look at the numbers again. I'm really hoping you're not going to glaze over, but this, again, I cannot reiterate the importance, because if you get this right, honestly, if you get this right, you are going to be sending me a DM, Jamie, I've just done this task and it is absolutely amazing. A client's accepted the quote and I'm charging 4.5, 5 times what I would have charged before. And that's amazing. And I've had messages like that from customers all over the world. But let's look at the numbers. If this was the result, and again, there are a lot of assumptions in these numbers, but if we've got money in of 1,000, so that's money that you're investing in. You've got money out of £6,000, so you want to be earning £72,000 per year, and then money available. You've got 6-month buffer. Get my words out. And you need £2,000 a month for your bills. So £2,000 multiplied by 6 equals £12,000. So hopefully you follow me. So you've got 1,000, 72,000 annual number, and £12,000 there. So if we look at the numbers again, we need £83,000 before tax, and that's in order to pay everything that we need. So that is to give us the money that's going to inspire us. So we've set that 72,000. That's what we want to earn, £6,000 a month. We've set money aside of £12,000, which is going to go into our buffer account. Anything that goes above and beyond the 6-month buffer, we can use that money for greater investing, and investing that money wisely to get a return on investment. Again, I'll cover that in a different module, because otherwise I'll be covering too much in this one IOU. So again, I'm using the same. So I've got time IOU and money IOU. So that's in, out, unavailable, in, out, unavailable. Just please write that down and remember that, because that will make this exercise so much easier. So we've got £83,000 before taxes that we need to earn as a company. So if we take this and kind of reverse engineer it, if our price was £100 and the cost of delivery was £50, our profit would be £50. Yes. So we reverse engineer that and we say, well, okay, if we want a profit of £83,000, our cost of delivery is 50%. So we're going to need £83,000 to pay our delivery. So we don't want to be the ones delivering the services, because the more and more we're the ones delivering the services, the less and less likely you are going to get time with your children, because if you haven't factored these numbers in, if that makes sense. And if you are paying other people that are better than you, and you will find people that are better than you, trust me, there is always somebody better than you. And that's not to downplay you and say that you're rubbish, because you're not. All I'm trying to say is that you will always find somebody that is better than you. And when you surround yourself with people that are better than you, your service standards will go up. You as the business owner are passionate about the delivery, like I am to you guys. I'm so passionate about delivering to you guys, and I want you to get results. And I know categorically that this will get results. Again, I am ignoring tax, and I'm ignoring tax because everyone hates tax. No, I'm ignoring tax for the simplicity of this webinar presentation. So very, very simple. So if we take our existing business, we've got 166,000, which is our target turnover. If we then divide that by our average fee, so if we've got an existing business, this is very easy to do, because we take our existing turnover, we divide it by the number of customers we've got. So if we've got 100,000 customers and we've got, 100,000 turnover and we've got 50 customers, we divide that, we've got an average fee of £2,000. So if we've got an average fee of £2,000, we take the 166,000 divided by the average fee. We now know categorically how many customers we need at that £2,000 average mark. And that will give you your target number of customers that you need to achieve. And typically when customers do this, they're actually surprised at how very little customers they need. Because if you've got a real high-end product, which is like social media marketing, where you're handling the whole social media marketing, you're doing group management, page management, you're posting into multiple social media platforms, you're doing content creation, blog posts, repurposing, helping come up with topics for videos, doing script writing for videos. Like there's a lot of things I've listed in there in social media marketing that if you delivered all of those things, that's a very high value task. That one customer could potentially be worth probably £24,000. So £24,000 a customer, if that was your average fee, you wouldn't need very many customers to hit that 166,000. So hopefully that's makes it, again, ask any questions. Any questions, put replay if you're watching the replay and just ask your question. I will answer you any questions that are asked in the feed. So if you're a new business, and the reason why I've done this is because there may be some new businesses in the group, and I know there are. So if you, it's very difficult because you don't know what the average fee you're going to charge, or the average fee that you're going to get for customers, because you may get one customer that pays you £100, you may get one customer that pays you £2,000, depending on the size of the project. So what I would do here is I would actually look at how many customers do you think you and your business can handle and deliver an exceptional service. And I'm going to be very, very clear, exceptional service. So I'm talking red carpet, laying out the red carpet. You're there for them 24/7. Okay, you're not, but the business is. But you're there for them to help them get a result, whether it be social media marketing, whether it be copywriting, whether it be bookkeeping, whether it be accounting, whether it be financial advice, whether it be wealth creation, whether it be property, service accommodation, whatever it is. What are the number of customers you would need to be able to deliver that exceptional service. So if you went and took a number of 50, you would then have the average fee you need. So this is the fee that you should be charging per customer. Does that make sense? We're trying to reverse engineer it to make it very, very simple, so you know how much you should be charging on average per customer. That number may scare you and you might go, God, that's a lot of money. But again, think about it from the customer's point of view. If you change this number to say, I'm only going to work with 20 businesses or even 10 businesses, that's £16,600 a year that you're going to charge your customers. But you only need 10 customers to pay that. Only 10, not 20, not 30. And if you tell your customers, we only work with 10 businesses. The reason why we only work with 10 businesses, and this is the truth, is because we want to deliver an exceptional service to our customers. And the only way we feel we can do that is by restricting our customer numbers to 10. And that's it. After we've got our 10th customer, we take on no more. We put you on a waiting list. That's it. Because in order for us to deliver value to you, we need to do that. And again, you think about it from the customer's point of view. The customers that have got the budget to pay for that exceptional service, to pay for that result, £16,600 is no longer unachievable. But again, I don't want to go off on a tangent because I'm just keeping an eye on the clock. So again, any questions, don't be afraid to ask. Just ask. My background in public speaking, so hopefully you can see some of the speaking that I've done on these videos. Again, that has taken me time to get that confident on camera. I'm happy to share it if you've got any questions regarding that, regarding the tech setup, regarding how to create the group, regarding how to deliver value, how to explain your value to clients, how to position yourself as the expert. All of these things I can help you with. I create businesses. That's what I do. That's my hobby. And that's what I love doing. But my mission is to help you create a business where you can become the CEO, where you can be on that holistic approach, looking down over your business, being able to make decisions and decide the direction of the business, being nimble enough to be able to move, being patient whilst everything is happening. So when COVID happens, you can be patient, you can be nimble, you can move where the market moves. And being able to make those decisions because you have that holistic view. And it's exactly the same in your home life, which is why we've called it the Parental CEO, is being able to take that holistic view and being able to see all your family beneath you and being able to spend time how you want to do it. So anyway, I really, really appreciate you joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. I love talking pricing. I love talking business. I love talking about being a parent. It's my favorite topic, and I hope you have an amazing day. Thank you for being part of this community. You're all amazing. Have an amazing day. Take care. Bye-bye.